Hello friends, welcome back to another awesome day. Day 54 of the 100 days of hell with Python algo trading. So far, we have covered basic Python and advanced Python, which is required for the algo trading. And then we covered some important mathematical and statistical portion, which is required for the algo trading. And then we started the most important book, which is Option Volatility and Pricing from the Sheldon Nettenbugs. And in that, so far we have covered 5 chapters, which are very basic and theoretical. From today's session, we will be starting with one of the most important topic which you will be facing in your trading, or we can say your whole quant journey, which is volatility. Trust me, friends, it is really one of the most important, and you have to have an absolute clear concept of this topic. So in order to achieve that conceptual clarity, we will take some time in this session and we'll try to cover all the basics which are really required for this topic, which means we will cover the basic and advanced of random walk and normal distribution. Then we'll try to understand the mean and standard deviation of any data. And then we will try to relate that data with the trading view and Python so that you can get more clarity. And then gradually we'll proceed on more advanced topics such as the option Greeks. And I'm assuming that you are following along with me, like you are writing the code or you are understanding the topics. And one more thing. If you have any issue, any doubts, please feel free to reach me out on Instagram, Telegram, or Discord. So without a further ado, let's get started. So in order to understand the uncertainty of the market, the volatility of the market, first you have to understand the uncertainty of life, the volatility of the real life. So before we start to understand the volatility of the stock market prices, we will understand few very basic concepts. That is random walk and normal distribution. So what is random walk? So a random walk is a path which consists of random steps in any direction. Let's say on a weekend, you went for a party and after drinking 5 to 6 cans of beer, when you step out of the club, you will see that you are in a space and now you want to walk freely. And those are the steps which are known as the random steps because you are unconscious, you do not know what you are doing, where you are going. So all those steps will be a random walk because you can go 1 step forward and 1 step backward. You can go 2 steps forward and 1 step backward. You can go 2 steps backward and 1 step forward. So those steps are the absolutely random steps, right? And that is the exact meaning of random walk. Let me give you a few more examples. Let's say you are finding a parking spot in a crowded mall. So in that case, you do not know that where is the empty slot. So you will have to go and check randomly where is the empty parking slot. Another real life example of the random walk is browsing through social media. You must have done that many times, that you open a reel on Instagram and after 1 hour, you do not know that where you started and where you are currently. It's completely random, right? And let's say you toss a completely symmetrical ball in air and when it comes down, it will drop randomly. You do not know that which side it will go after it has landed on the ground. So that is also an example of random walk. Now, here we are talking about one sample size. But when we increase the sample size to infinity, let's say we increase to 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, then there is a pattern. And that pattern is somewhat looks like normal distribution. Okay, now let me tell you what is normal distribution and random walk on screen. So let's draw the random walk on the screen. So let's say you went to a party in Singapore. So in Singapore, we have a place which is named as Clarke Quay, and there are a lot of clubs and bars. So let's say you went there and it is on a road kind of. So let's say you entered into a club, right? And here you are enjoying. So after like 5 or 6 cans, you want to go back to your home. So let's consider this as a point 0. This is as 1, 2, 3, and 4. Similarly, -1, -2, -3, and -4. So after drinking, when you step out of the bar, you will think that I'm in a space. So you can go in either directions, right? So let's say this is you and your position is x equals to 0. Now let's draw it here. Let's say you can step here on the left or here on the right, right? So the probability of stepping on the left and right is equal when we consider p equals to 1. So you can go right, you can go left. So the probability of stepping you on this direction, -1, x equals to -1, and s is equals to +1. And the probability is p is equals to half and p is equals to half. Right? It's same. And when we talk about here x equals to 0, the probability of you in this position is p equals to 1, right? When x equals to 0. Hopefully until this it is absolutely clear. Okay, one more thing. At a time you can walk only one step, right? Let's say if in 1 second you can walk only one step. From 0 you can either go left, you can either go right, and the probability is 1 by 2, right? Now let's say if you are here, so from here you can either go to -2 or 0, right? So I'll write here -2 or 0. Or if you are at this position, then also you can go to 0 or +2. Let me write the 0 in this middle area here. Now the probability of going here is again half, right? So this also half, again this also half, and this also half. So now the probability will be half of this half, right? So when we multiply half with the half, it will become p equals to 1 by 4. Similarly, it will be also 1 by 4. Means the probability of coming here is 1 by 4 and here also 1 by 4. Then what about this? This also same, it will be 1 by 4. It will be 1 by 4. So when we have these two probabilities, we will add that and it will become 2 by 4, which is 1 by 2. So we have covered until this, right? Now let's say if the person is at this position, so from here also he can go either to -3 or to -1, and from here also he can go to 3 or 1. So this is also very easy. You can just go here and you can draw like this, that from this place -2, the person go to either -3 or -1. So I'll write here -3 and -1, and from here also it can go to +3 or +1. So I'll write here +3 or +1. And if the position was at 0, then what can happen? It can go either to -1 or +1. So I'll write it like this, either to -1 or to +1. Okay, so let me write the probabilities now. So I can write like 1 by 2 of 1 by 4th will be 1 by 8. So I'll write 1 by 8. And for this also it will be 1 by 8. Because here it was 1 by 4, and we know that again we have half both sides, and half of 1 by 4 will be 1 by 8. Now to find the probability of this -1 and +1, we have to think a little bit. So now what we'll do, we'll try to check that from this x position, how many ways we can reach to -1 and +1, right? So what I'll do, first I will check that the one way is from x, it can come to -1, right? Then from -1, it can go to -2, and from -2, it can go to -1, right? And we know that that probability is equals to 1 by 8, right? The second way is it can come from 0 to -1, then from -1 to 0, then again from 0 to -1, which is also equals to 1 by 8. Then is there any other way? Yes, we have. It can go to +1, from +1 to 0, and 0 to -1, which is also equals to 1 by 8, and that is equal to 3 by 8, right? So I'll remove everything here. I'll just write 3 by 8. I'll remove everything. I'll only write 3 by 8, right? P equals to 3 by 8. Similarly, for this +1 also we have three ways. We know that from 0 to +1 to +2 and +1, it will be 1 by 8. Then the second will be 0 to +1, +1 to 0, and again to +1, it will be another 1 by 8. And the third way will be from 0 to -1, then 0 to +1. Means we have three ways again. So I can write it as 3 by 8, right? And to verify, what you can do, you can add all these and it will be equals to 1, right? And similarly for this also, it will be equals to 1. So we can say the probability will always be equal to 1. Now, this example was only for one person. But when we talk about 100%, when we talk about 1,000, when we talk about 10,000, 1 million, 1 billion, we can find a pattern. And that pattern is most of the person tend to cluster near the center. They tend to cluster near the 0 part, right? And from that conclusion, we can discuss now the normal distribution. So for the normal distribution, I'll teach in the next part. Until this part, you should be having a crystal clear conceptual clarity. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye bye, take care, have a nice day.